Hope you all well. Today we are going through the same video installments in the Follow the Money series, and it's part 3 today. We're going to speak about a concept called the equilibrium. Without further ado, let's start. As always, a risk disclaimer. If you can just go through it, please. Okay, here we go. Before we start, we just need to recap what we've been saying on the last 2 installments of this video series. The very first video that I made was about psychology. So just let's recap what we started and where we came from and where we are now in this video series. So psychology is a king, guys. You know, there is no question about that. Left, right hand, center. It's 80% of the game. Okay, and it will, no matter what, in any aspect of your trading, psychology will be a big part of it. Okay, and this will involve greed and fear. Okay, the rest is only just 20% of the game. All the skill that you need is 20% of the game. And I know a lot of skepticals that it's very hard for them to believe that. But guess what? There is many other things in life that is also hard to believe, isn't it? I see you, Mr. Trump, the president of the US. So yeah, let's come back to our recap. The market doesn't give a shit about your Ninja Turtle strategy, okay? Your favorite forex guru, your candlestick pattern, nor your golden cross indicator. Yeah? Just to clear the ice and break every, make sure we are in one direction here. None of this the market obeys to, okay? None of it. As long as you imagine, as long as people imagine, this is nonsense, okay? Every now and then, okay, the market will give you a trade with this candlestick pattern or with this, golden cross indicator to make you stay. A trade to win, to make you stay. It's a breadcrumb, to make you stay, to be milked in this system, okay? But this whole, this whole point is just, I don't know if I'm moving too fast, and I'm sure this video series is maybe not very appropriate to beginners, but nonetheless, after you go through all the beginner stuff, you need to come to advanced stuff sometimes. And I spent the last weekend just going through most of YouTube channels and seeing what materials these YouTubers offering and stuff, and it's just it's just making me feel sad, to be honest. It's all basic stuff, it's all repetitive, that doesn't have any clue, no structure, and there is a lot of people following, and it's just, I don't understand really. But this is the way things are, and this is my goal, as I said in the beginning, just to, to stop the hype in Forex a little bit. So, as always, please make sure to subscribe to this channel, share it as much as you can, and we're the only channel, I think, in YouTube going deep into the subject of trading Forex, and we are, bringing advanced stuff. Alright, so the market doesn't care about your indicators, lines, none of this. Yeah, the market is not sitting there saying, oh, this is now we overbought, we need to sell. No, doesn't work this way. Okay, and the indicator may say so, but the indicator is not your broker. Yeah, it's not gonna pay you the money. Yeah, if you win. So welcome to Forex, guys. Well, they will trade against your indicators. Cheers. Yeah, they love this overbought situation that you are all excited about, and then you start selling and they start buying aggressively. I mean, I really will, have another series talking about Forex myths, Forex, like, wrong beliefs that people believe in. There is no such a thing as a currency overbought, okay? A currency cannot be overbought or oversold, okay? Economy can go up and down in any country. Doesn't mean that, if they go down so much, it's not gonna, they have to come back up. No, it doesn't mean this way. Currencies are moving and they don't have something as an overbought. It's not like you're selling like tomatoes. Price of tomato now is so cheap, now we start to buy. Doesn't work this way, okay? So yeah, they will start trading against all of your signals and in your indicators. It's the truth. And I'm one of these, channels on YouTube that give you the truth as it is. It may hurt, people doesn't comprehend it, people doesn't take it easy. I got a lot of backlash, but guess what? I have an objective of doing this channel is to share the truth, okay, and share my experience. So wake up and smell the coffee. Batman is slapping you here, okay? Wake up. Okay, enough memes. So just to come back what we were saying, we were, recapping what we have been explaining on the previous videos before. The market has only one code, okay? There is only one key to any chart, okay? And this is probably another wrong belief that across most of retail forex traders, that they believe that there is 500 ways or 1,000 ways to trade the market. This is not true, okay? There is only one way to trade profitably in forex. There's only one way, and there's only one code for that. If you have an imaginary things that you think this is a winning way to trade, as long as you are following the code of the market and couple it up with whatever you are using, it may work. If you are just neglecting the code of the market and just following this particular tool or this particular theory, it will never work. All right, just to this is a fact kind of channel here, just to give you the facts as it is, just to clear the hype. The hype is so shit. Like I mean, going through Facebook, amount of scammers is unbelievable. I mean, there's one channel, I'm not gonna name it, or there's one forex group, okay, in Facebook. 24 hours, people are scamming people. I mean, the channel, the page is full of ads. People are just posting, see me winning, I don't know how much, join my Telegram channel where I give you signals. And I mean, I go to these people pages, profile, just to check on them, yeah. And I'm sure, I'm sorry, but they don't even look like they've been to had any education, even, I'm not that I'm saying that forex traders should be very educated. I'm totally against that. I believe forex, it's as I say, is skill and psychology. If you get this both, no matter what is your background, no matter what's your status in the society, no matter what is your education, you can be profitably. Okay, this is the whole idea why I'm making the videos and speaking about trading in this channel. Okay, so it's just said. Okay, so there's only one way to profitably in forex. Okay, one way to unlock any chart. And as we say that from other videos, if you don't watch, if this is your first video, you need to make sure that you watch the whole series from the beginning. You cannot just come to this video now, because it's building blocks. Everything comes on the top of each other. Without you missing one part and coming to watch this video, it's not gonna make any complete sense for you. This is a whole series, okay? It's important to come from the beginning till the end, okay? You cannot just come from the middle like that. So we spoke about buyer castles, seller dams, seller zones, buyer zones. We identified this in the last video on the chart, and we seen what will be the outcome from most of these zones. And we seen that I spoke also about the importance of having the bigger picture and higher time frame in mind, especially the daily. We always start with the weekly, daily, 4 hour, weekly, daily, 4 hour, weekly, daily, 4 hour, to analyze any chart from the beginning, okay, to break it down. And this is called some top-down analysis as well, okay. And then we spoke about the advancement, which is the breakout. This is my terminology, because my view of the market is a battleground, as I always say, between two parties, buyers and seller. So advancement is one party is being the victorious party and coming out from the zone, breaking out from the zone, okay. We also spoke about something very important in the last video, which is confirmation, and I listed some checklists that I always look for when an advancement happen or when a breakout happen, and how I identify between them, okay. There is some important information in the last video, and it's all building up, okay. Right, today we're gonna speak about the equilibrium. It's hard to pronounce, but anyway, doesn't matter as well. As I say, you only need 80% psychology and 20% skill. But the issue is, like, as well, you know, with the skill, that not any particular skill that you need is a specific skill. And to be honest, what I'm teaching here is all the basics of this. I know it might be sounding like a very advanced and a lot of things going on, but this is all to the basics of my trading, basics of any profitable in market. This is all the basics. Imagine you doesn't even have the 80% psychology and don't even have the 20% basics that you need to know. Guess how struggle you will be, like, guess how lost you will be, sorry. No one is offering to help you, to give you that 80%. I mean, if you start looking on the internet, you will find all the crap and all the, you know, junk that is nonsense and is useless, following like indicator strategy without seeing what exactly the chart's telling you, putting lines on the chart for no reason. It's tough for a new trader. So that's why I always say, please, don't be selfish. If you find value in these videos, share it with as much traders you know. It's all, as I say, you know, it's all this important stuff that it will at least put you on the right path, you know, to start going for profit in forex. So coming back to our topic, the equilibrium, okay. The definition of equilibrium is a state, or a situation where there is a balance, okay, due to equal actions of opposing forces, okay. So imagine that you are putting two magnets, okay, opposite each other, okay, and between them there is like a metal ball, okay. This metal ball will be always in the middle there, It's not gonna go to the left right hand side, or not gonna go to the right hand side magnet. It's just gonna be always be in the middle. We'll try to ease a little bit this side, try to ease a bit side, but it's gonna be always in the middle. Okay, this is maybe how you understand it. It's believed that most of the charts, one way or another, are in the state of equilibrium. Okay, this is commonly known as the consolidation period on market. Okay, this is when the market are stuck in zone, or stuck in a box, consolidation period. This is where beginner traders, they just hate it because they don't understand what the hell is going on there. Okay, and in this period, in this box, there will be a constant battle between buyers and sellers. Okay, they are buying from the top, they are selling from the bottom. There are two armies fighting so much inside this box. Okay, but this can last as well for very long time. Very, very long time. We cannot estimate how long, because it's all objective, of course. But this can last for a very long time. And it's believed that 70% of the time the charts are in equilibrium, and only 20% of the time they are expanding. Expanding means they are starting to trend, coming out from the box and trending, creating this higher highs and lower lows, or lower lows and higher lows. Okay, so this is now a visual interpretation of the equilibrium. This, we have a seller dam. Okay, and we have a leg down from the seller dam, and then we come into an equilibrium here. Okay, can last for some long time as well. By the way, this is just taken a visual interpretation taken from a chart itself. Okay, and then we have buyers coming out, advancement. Okay, and then we have buyer's castle, confirmation that the buyers exist. Okay, and then we have another advancement, but this met a seller dam on the other side here, created two opposing forces, buyer's army, seller army. Here price is becoming between here. Okay, buyers are buying from here, sellers are selling from here. Buyers is interested to make this go up, sellers is interested to push the price down from here. Okay, it's very easy, and I call this the ping pong effect. Okay, where buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling. Okay, so what do you need to know? Why do you need to know about this? Okay, it's very important, okay, to know, especially if you're going to trade at this market, to know what is happening in this market. Are we opposing any opposite forces? Are we on the buyer side? Are we in the seller side? This is too, it's important to know what's happening in the market, for you to make a decision if you want to be a buyer or seller. Easy peasy. This is important. So personally, I don't like trading the ping pong effect, buying from the bottom, selling from the top. I'm not interested, to do that. But there's a lot of scalpers that they do it, depending on the range. Okay, the range can be big, because as we said always, the charts are fractal in nature. Okay, so when I said one way or another the charts will be in the equilibrium, that means some chart can be in the equilibrium in the higher time frame, but in the lower time frame, between this up and down, we're seeing a huge trend comes up and comes down. I'll give you some visual interpretation when we go to the charts soon. So if the range is big enough, okay, you can trade inside this range. But my style, I always like to look for the longer term trades, the longer run trades with a very minimum risk exposure. I like to have my entries as little as in 15 and 5, but with a big share of the weekly, with a big share of the daily, with a big share of the 4 hour. Okay, and I mean, this is the best way to trade because you are not risking so much, your risk exposure is so little, but you are looking for a big move. Okay, and also this will eliminate you for pressing like many trades a day, because as you see, as you know, understand that over trading is part of your psychology. Making decision in the market so quick like that and so frequent, I don't think you're paying enough attention to what's happening. Okay, you constantly making decision, your mind. I mean, imagine if I just tell you one day, what do you want to eat? How long you will have to think? I mean, sometimes people think, what do you want to eat? They think this for 1 hour, 1-2 hours. They're just thinking what I'm gonna eat today. It's like a big decision. I just, what I'm gonna eat today. It's hard. So imagine you risking money in the market with making decisions so quickly like that. I mean, how risky is this can be? You are risking your own money, So don't get into this loop, all right? Don't get into the psychological loop. It will ruin you. It will ruin your trading career. You will hate it. You will leave the game, and you will just stop trading for good. So as I say always, I like to stay in my trades for longer. Excuse me, just have some water. And I like to have my trades with very minimum risk exposure. Okay. Therefore, when we are in this range, I like to look for clues to join the strongest army, i.e., I like to see if people are buying from the bottom, selling from the top. When in one way or another, like this range will eventually break. Okay, it will never be staying always in the range. I mean, it can stay, not always, but at least consolidation period is governed by time. It's not governed by anything else. So it could stay as long as it wants, but as long as I have a very good risk to reward. For example, if I'm buying from the very bottom, but the top is let's say 1,000-point move at 100 bip move, okay, this is still good. Okay, so I just always aim to buy it with the very, very, very bottom. And there is a scale, of course, to buy it from the very, very bottom, because that bottom that you see in the chart, not necessary that they will stop there. They will, deviate a little bit. But this is for another video, and I think this will be for the next video, where we will be talking about entry, and that will complete a big chunk for you as well. Alright, so just to say, to see why we need to identify these areas on the chart, as I said before, it's important to identify what type of market you are. Okay, and I mean, you are in everyday trading, so it's important to know which type of market you are. If you are approaching this selling pressure zone, if we are approaching the and especially if you're a buyer and we are approaching the selling pressure zone, you need to be cautious in this time, because they can just reverse in a minute. Okay, and all the bips that you've been gaining all the way going up, if the seller zone is very strong, it can reverse in a minute. This is usually happen when there is a high impact news. Okay, so you always need to make sure that you are protecting your position, having the positions break even when they achieve certain pip. This is what I'm gonna speak about in the next video, in the entry video. Yeah, and if the range is very very small, if we're talking, because charts are fractal, guys, I'm gonna repeat myself again, charts are fractal. So this equilibrium doesn't only happen on the higher time frame, it also happen in the 15 minute or 5 minute or 1 minute. Even there is equilibrium in the 1 minute. If you want to trade on the 1 minute equilibrium, this is gonna be a very small, it might be bigger one, but it's usually is gonna be very small one. So I'm not interested in trading on consolidation books or equilibriums in a very small time frame. This is when normally I don't even base my analysis on structure on the lower time frame. Okay, I always look to I always want to see the bigger picture of things. Right, and as always, let's go to the chart and let's see the equilibrium in the charts. Right, today I was actually trading the USD CAD, the Canadian dollar today, and I can show you what I traded. Right, so as I started from the weekly, came to the weekly, I seen that we are on the opposite forces here of the sellers. As you can see, this is a seller zone. Okay, this candle up, this candle down, creating some sort of like seller dam. Okay, seller advanced from here, buyers pushed, tried to push, they came down, tried to push, they came down, and we are on the edge of the zone here. Okay, so as always, this is the weekly view, very important for me. Comes up to the daily. I see this much better. I can even make sure that my zones are drawn correctly. Okay, and went to the 4 hours. I identified that yes, we are in the weekly big zone here, but also we have a seller dam here, a seller zone here. Right, okay, and as you can see, very 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 important issue as well that I want to highlight as well, that my zones are drawn from areas on the chart where the market moved aggressively. Okay, for example, why I'm calling this a seller zone, look at the candles that are following the break of this zone, aggressive zone. So what is the logic in here? The logic in here, if we are selling from here, okay, so aggressively, there is a lot of sellers here, there's a seller army here, they will defend me if I take the position with them. Alright, they will carry me with the market if I take the position their way. Alright, so this is the analogy. So we are approaching this seller zone here. I'm not forgetting that there is always the opposing forces in the market, as I explained before, and I could say that there is an opposing force on the other side. Always when you are analyzing your market, you need to see who's buying and who's selling. Okay, you don't just say, there's only sellers here. No, it's only seller when there is a free fall as like that. There is nothing to stop them here, when there's like no opposing forces. And I showed you this exactly on the previous video. As I said, it's very important to build up everything together. Here there is no any opposing forces. Here the market is a completely pure seller market. Okay, in the left there is nothing, it's empty. When we start to have like condensed market structure, it's because there is a lot of opposing forces. Okay, there's a lot of opposing forces in here, in this area. Look, we broke out from this zone. Okay, this is a seller zone. Look, when we are having a strong buyers, they couldn't come past the zone here. It was hard. As much as pushing they were doing, as much as bigger the candle they were, but still it was still hard for them to, you know, cross the zone. Eventually they were crossing, and you can see that, you know, the candle speaks to you, or the charts can speak to you, tells you what's the story. If you know what's the, you know, the language of the market, you will understand that. You will just like, you know, seeing this when the markets here spread, you know, what I want to say, when the market here sprint so much here, that means there was not so much opposing forces. We only met the opposing forces in here, and as you can see, we start to have the reaction. So in this situation here, I said to myself, okay, we have opposing forces from the seller here, we have opposing forces from the buyers here, and we are in the equilibrium now. Okay, we are in the equilibrium. I said, if I'm going to buy, if I'm going to sell, I'm gonna be selling from the top, and from the very, very top. And if the market will come here, I will be very cautious. Okay, sorry, this is like, you know, yeah, today. This is yesterday. This is when I took the trade. No, 1 second. Yeah, 1 hour. No, yeah, this is 4 hours. Sorry, the 1 hour. Right. Yeah, here where I took the trades. And this we're gonna speak about entry next week. You know, there's a very important element to my entry that is everything basically, and yeah, it's very important, and what gives me the edge on my, you know, my entry basically. So I said, if I'm going to sell, I'll be selling only from the very, very top. So I sold from somewhere here. Okay, I sold from somewhere here. Okay, I took this 192. I wish to take more, at least to here, but they didn't give it to me because why? Yes, the 4 hour pressure zone from the buyers is here, but it seems that the buyer even building a new pressure zone on the 1 hour will be a little bit clear, and which is here. So buyers have another pressure zone higher. So that's telling me even that buyers are preparing to go higher and higher, and they're putting more armies everywhere. You know, they are stacking armies, stacking army everywhere. And for the sellers, the only army that I see visible is this one. It's a strong, like dam to go through, but buyers are just getting prepared here. And as you see currently what's happening, there's a reaction to the buyer, you know, castle here. So yeah, that's fine. I sold, you know, I took one position off, and this huge candle came and took me out as a break even. You know, I have a break even rule that if certain bips is achieved, my stop loss is automatically, without me going and put it, automatically is being put to break even plus, because you need to pay commission as well to your broker. So I got stopped here, and I was thinking, shall I just go and enter again? And this is where my psychology started to kick in. My rules says that in a specific trade, if I have certain rules are not met, I don't enter, even if the situation is so beautiful to me. And because this is where I'm gonna, you know, speak about later, that the market will always try to make situations are so amazing for you, but it's just gonna be missing one part of your confirmation. Okay, and all the other part, they will nail it for you. They will just make this you know, rule for you. Yes, if you follow this, you see, we make it for so nice for you. And if you follow this, you see, you make it for, and will be the last rule for you that is missing in your plan. And because this last rule is missing, this is where your discipline need to kick in. You will say, yeah, you are gorgeous, you look amazing to me, but there is one part of my plan is not there, therefore I'm not participating on this trade. And guess what? You will thank your plan, because the market is making this to make illusion for other people to trade as well. Not necessarily they have all these sort of plans, but they are working on them that they will make everything beautiful, and then suddenly they will take the other side of the other direction of the trade. So it's just important. This is how important to have like rules, disciplined. No matter what, you are stuck to your rules. Okay, psychology, guys. Psychology is everything in this market. Right. So yeah, I didn't cry. I was not like trying to jump again here, and I said call it a day. There is a specific time that I trade. I don't, the market is 12 and 24 hours, as you can see now, and we are late at night, but I don't trade this night, time. I have a specific hours. I have work time. It's like, you do a job. Yes, you are your own boss when you are trading, but you need to be disciplined in your time. You need to be there at a specific time, leave at a specific time. This is where professional trading does. The banks doesn't employ people to trade 24 hour. Also, they have like the algorithm. Of course, this is where this is when you are trading against computers. Okay, or algorithm trading. And the other algorithms are you don't want to play with them. You cannot beat the computer, my friend. So yeah, this time is not interested. No one is interested now. Okay, sleeping time. So yeah, this was the trade recap of today. We wanted to show equilibrium, and then I just show it to you here. It happens all the time, guys. Just the way the market moves. Okay, it goes from the equilibrium between two fighting forces. It breaks from this fighting force and trend. Okay, goes another equilibrium between two fighting forces and suddenly expand, start trending. Okay. If you want to open another chart, doesn't matter what is it. This is the Euro Aussie, and we're just gonna go to the weekly. Zoom out, see the bigger picture. Right, trend line going up. We are up. We are going up. Zones, very, very hard to see. And that's the thing as well. If I can see zone, but it's a big, huge zone here. Right? It's such a big, huge zone here. And I can see opposing force as well here. This is buyer zone here, and it seems there is another seller zone here. Here. Market is stuck between this. And this is an important thing as well, an important tip, guys. If the market is not clear, don't trade this pair. If this market is not clear for you, don't just trade this pair. I mean, no one is pointing a gun to you and saying, if you don't, make a trade on the Euro Aussie today, right now, I'm just gonna fire it in your mind. No one is fighting with you. Okay, no one is just like pushing you to trade a specific bear. You have plenty of bears to choose from. Don't just stuck there. Don't prove anything to anyone. Right? No one owns you any proof. You only own it to yourself. No one need to know. Don't just start any argument with anyone for no reason. All right? Don't just start competition with anyone for no reason. Okay? You don't compete with anyone. You trade what you like. Okay? What you understand. There is many structure that is not completed enough. That means it's not clear. You don't need to participate there. Okay? You don't need to participate. They are building something. They will tell you the answer. They will tell it to you. Then they will give you a good opportunity. When the market gives you opportunity, it gives you the good opportunity. Okay? For people who wait. But people who want to rush and just trade every day and trade anything, right? They also like you. They like your money, you know. They like to milk you like a little slave. So yeah, looking at the weekly structure, I only see the seller pressure zone coming from here, as you can see, as we always say. This is all this candle going to push this way, and this is daily. Alright. Anything else in the daily is telling me? This is the only location that the daily is telling me as the 4-hour, as the weekly. Right, going to the 4-hour. 4-hour things will be a little bit if charts are condensed in one time frame, they will be a little bit opened up, like, you know, clear, or I don't know how to explain this word, expanded. All right, just, you know, being apart a little bit rather than just being condensed. You don't want to trade in a condensed market where things moving very slowly and just like very condensed, like structure like this here, you know. This is all like equilibrium. You don't want to trade here, especially if there's like, you don't understand where they're, you know, buying from or selling from. I mean, it's very hard to understand. It's important, you know. It's okay if you don't understand one specific chart. It's alright. You only trade what you know. You know what I mean? You only trade what you know and what you think, what meets all your checklist. You don't trade anything because you just need to trade today, right? This is not a job that you need to go and be 9 to 5. You only trade what you know, right? From the 4-hour, I see selling pressure from here. Another myth as well about forex, that let me trade 5 days a week. Let me show you how I make 5,000. I mean, how on earth? I mean, the USD CAD today, the trade that I was in. Okay, let me just come back quickly here, please. Yeah, the whole range of the day. Okay, the whole range of the day moved around 200 point, 20 pip, 20 pip up, 20 pip down. I mean, if you would catch anything, you would catch 20 pip. This is basing all the strategies, all my analysis, all everything. 20 pip move. You know, this is all the move that was today available today. I would, should I just say no, I'm not gonna take that? I will take that. You know, I'm in process. You need to build up, take profit here, take profit there. If the market is giving you more profit, why not? If the market is giving you 20 pip, man, why do you want to fucking take it? Why do you want to take it? Is you don't like, you know, little money? I mean, this is also another thing. Like, they make like millions a day. How are you gonna make millions a day in a 20 pip move? Tell me, what's your lot size? Yeah, if you're trading with like 10 millions, you know, an account, and then trade maybe 100 lots, all right, I agree with you. This will be your, you know, thing. But for someone who's starting new, you want to make millions in the same day. It's just unrealistic, you know, unrealistic stuff that's just pissing me off sometimes. But what can I say? Anyway, we're trying to do our best here to show like the common mistakes. Anyway, coming back to the euros. So people are selling from here. Do I have any idea where they are buying from? Where is the opposing forces? I mean, the last resort for the buyer were here. Seems that they were buying from here as well, but the match, you know, coupled up with this. So for me to be interested in any trade, I will wait for the market at least to come here, to bounce from this, go through it a little bit, maybe bounce ultimately from here. Yeah, because anyway, if we look at the weekly chart, we are also in the seller zone from the top here. So anywhere from here, if I have sell signal from here, according to my rules, with all the checklists being achieved, I will take the trade. I will take the trade. But because we are on going up, okay, I would be very cautious when we restarted to reach to the trend line here. And guess what? If the market bypass this trend line, that will be amazing risk to reward trade where you're gonna take it from the top. This is like, 250 pip move. I mean, you cannot even have dreams about that. But yeah, this is the potential of forex, and this is what one small trade can just grow your account 10, 15, 25% easy, just being disciplined. Anyway guys, that's what was about it in today's video. I hope you have the clear picture, starting to put all the components together. Let me know if this stuff is advanced. I'm planning to make maybe something a little bit, starting from the bottom, like for beginners. But this is a future plan, and as always, write to me any question you have in the comment section below. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. As you see, we are not just a normal YouTube channel. I share an important stuff in the market, and people don't really speak about. So like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you soon. Good night, see you, bye bye.